Welcome, everybody. The NFL regular season is over, which means it's time to look forward to the offseason. I'm Joe at the Game House, and today we're going to be doing a New York Jets 2024 NFL mock draft. The Jets are up in our 2024 NFL mock draft series. As a reminder, we'll be doing the NFL mock draft database simulator. I like it because it has big boards from around the internet, and they combine them together to make their big board as we go along in this draft. There will be players who fall that don't normally fall, so it could be a little bit unrealistic. But, we're going to try to keep it realistic by not doing any trades, too, because this is just a little bit too early to be doing all that. Now, the Jets have the 10th pick. We're going to get this thing started, and I'll talk as we go along here. They had Aaron Rodgers get hurt really early on in the season. Their number one priority has to be protecting him. Their offensive line was absolutely horrid. They could also get him some more weapons. They got a lot of the guys he had in Green Bay, but not a lot of them panned out. Allen Lazard had a tough season. Randall Cobb had a tough season. They might need to figure that out. They can get some running back depth, too. Michael Carter's gone. Dalvin Cook, they got rid of at the end of the year. Let him go chase a championship ring with the Baltimore Ravens, even though that didn't work out. So a lot of options here, what they could do. Probably could double up on offensive linemen, honestly. So I think the easy pick here is Olu Fashanu, the offensive tackle out of Penn State. He's battling with Joe Alt to be the number one overall tackle taken in this class. I personally have Alt right above Olu Fashanu, but I do think he's going to end up being a top 5 to 10 player in the class for me. Worth the pick. You protect your investment in Aaron Rodgers. If you do get a younger quarterback later on, he could be there as a guy who's developed at that point and can really help that team down the road. All right, so pick number 72. This is tough because their defense is pretty good. There are some things they can clean up, maybe like another interior lineman, maybe a safety. I might double down on offensive linemen. They need to get this thing right. They need to keep them protected. Roman Wilson at wide receiver wouldn't be a bad pick. Here's the defensive lineman they want us to take. Johnny Wilson had a pretty good Senior Bowl. We'll diversify for now because I think Zach Frazier is a very good offensive lineman out of West Virginia, but I do think we can get some more interior linemen later. So let's get Mason Smith out of LSU. He can help stop the run, help that defense. You got a player to help Aaron Rodgers. We'll get a defensive player at pick number 72, and hopefully we can find some guys in the middle rounds at positions that might be a little bit deeper, like offensive line and wide receiver. And wouldn't you know it, we have Johnny Wilson or Malachi Corley. I'm going to go Johnny Wilson. I think he can provide something different from the Jets receivers. Currently, he's a 6'7" wide receiver who uses his size advantage to really help out. This also opens up us taking Cade Stover here. I think that might be the pick here. Not as high on him as other people. Dominic Pooney might be the pick actually too. We're going to go Pooney because they need to really upgrade this offensive line. And doing multiple picks here is not going to be a bad thing whatsoever. They still can get a tight end later. They can get a tight end free agency. They can, whatever they need to do, they can figure that part out. They don't have a pick until 186 here, so it goes from guys who are like around top 100 players to being guys who are just going to be depth and special teams guys. But let's see what we can do here. Isaiah Davis, a lot of people like him, Senior Bowl. Jalen Wright's a guy I really like. I think he might be the guy here. Theo Johnson's a good tight end. They've taken tight ends like Jeremy Ruckert out of Ohio State the past couple of years. Let's take Jalen Wright. Let's get another running back in that backfield behind Breece Hall. Torn ACL a couple years, 2 years ago. Last season was good for him, but just need some more depth behind him, I think, is the goal here. And you also get a guy who can help in the passing game as well for Aaron Rodgers. So a little bit of both there, but they're going to have to do some work in free agency as well. Now, 2 straight picks here. Looking for guys who can play special teams or be depth guys. Let's go with Michael Barrett out of Michigan. He's a guy I think can play special teams at the next level. And then we'll go... I took another offensive lineman. Let's see. Let's go to Monty Richardson out of Texas A&M. Feels like he's been there forever. But a lot of experience, but probably could play special teams as well. And let's got a lot of options here. Let's go with Devonshire out of Pittsburgh, another corner there. So that's the draft we have. As we'll go through it real quick as we go along. We have Olu Fashanu, the offensive tackle at Penn State. That'd be a home run pick if he ends up falling to 10. Helps protect Aaron Rodgers this next year. Then we got Mason Smith out of LSU. Helps improve the interior defensive line. Obviously, you have Quinnen Williams, but next to him, getting someone like Mason Smith could really help. Johnny Wilson, a very big receiver out of Florida State who can help diversify their wide receiving core. Dominic Pooney, who's rising up draft boards as we speak. Jalen Wright, the running back out of Tennessee, a little bit of more of an explosive runner, can kind of be the smash behind, Breece Hall in that running attack. Michael Barrett and Damani Richardson and MJ Devonshire could play special teams for this team, possibly make the roster. So I think, like this draft, let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. We'll be back for more mock drafts later as we go along this offseason. For now, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.